In this video, I have £200. Can I buy a car with it? And is it a good idea to buy a car with it? Two very different questions. Let's find out. There it is. I'm going to park next to it. Have you guessed what it is yet? Thank you. Yes, there we go. It's a CityRover Picasso. It's a 1.6. No idea what the spec is. It's got some very welded sills, but they look to have been solidly done by a farmer or something, so that's good. Bit of lacquer peel going on in places. It's a bit grimy in the back. Well, it's a bit grimy generally, but you know, it's got picnic tables. Look, Phantom Pla. May not actually be attached, but I seem to remember these have a dual height tailgate. Yeah, so it goes to one position, but then there is a further up position, so even short asses can close them. Individual seats, they all seem good. Is there anything in there? No, I don't think there is anything in there. Must be an underslung spare wheel. They're a pain in the backside. But yeah, it's missing the rear wiper. I'm not sure if that's entirely broken or just missing. Let's find out, shall we? Key in, ignition on, rear wiper. It did move, I saw it, it moved. So it must work, it's just, there we go, it's just missing. Also, unusually, it says to pull towards for wash, but that makes the rear washer go, not the front ones. Oh, stop, that sounds horrible. But otherwise, I think this is all right. I've just had a quick drive. It drives okay, it's not very quick, 1.6, this is the lowliest engine, no torque, but it zings along. The engine looks oily, but at this price, I don't care very much. Hazard lights. It's not a very nice indicator noise, but otherwise, yeah, even the interior light works. Yeah, it's all good. I mean, we've got buttons on the steering wheel, airbags, cubby holes with bits of trim that fell off. Oh, that's the rear wiper cover. Okay, maybe the wiper's in here somewhere and it's like a clue. But the windows work, the noise. That's all of the tone. Oh yeah, yeah, I meant to stop. I meant to stop the music there and actually stopped you. But yeah, it's grubby, it's 200 quid. Well, she wants 230. So I'm going to drive back and see if I can haggle that down to 200, because that's what I have in my pocket. Hardcore haggling, only bring the money you intend to spend. So let's go and see if we can do a deal. That's all gone a bit wrong. It's got the look of a car that is owned by someone who hasn't really got a clue. And yeah, it turns out there's no logbook with it. Or there is, but it's the old logbook in someone else's name. So yeah, the person selling the car does not have the logbook in their name. And you know, for 200 quid, I'm not prepared to just to put up with the fact that I might end up having to pay for a duplicate logbook myself. I don't really know what the procedure is if someone's trying to sell you a car with no logbook, but I don't like the feel of it. So it was an interesting drive of a CityRover Picasso. I think I can quite wholeheartedly recommend not going for the 1.6 because it has no power at all, really. Which of course I'm used to, really, because I drive a Daewoo Matiz. But still, I was hoping that was going to be more interesting than it was. Depending what the DVLA say to the owner when she phones up, maybe the deal will still go ahead. But for the time being, that's it. Yesterday on Facebook, I said I wasn't going to buy another car before going to New Zealand. And then I found something amazing. And now I'm going to go and collect it. Stage one, drive to the train station. Not ideal to be driving down because I'll then have to go and collect Myrtle later. Yeah, stage one, get to the train station, catch a train to Birmingham, where the car was registered new, in fact. And yeah, drive it back, hopefully. I've paid £220, or I will be. Yay, battery's all right. And yeah, it'll be absolutely awful. So stay tuned. Good start to the journey. Train is cancelled. But the good news is there's going to be a rail replacement bus service. So oh, we'll be okay. But yeah, it's now 7 o'clock in the morning. I just need to go and top up my cash reserves because yeah, I was hoping to bag that Zara Picasso for 200 quid, but yeah, I'm having to pay £20 more for this new car. So fun times abound. Go and find a cash machine as we walk the silent streets of Aberystwyth this morning. It's a bit different to London, isn't it? There's just nothing going on at all. But yeah, another outing for the new gimbal. So you can see me bouncing up and down, but isn't it interesting how the camera isn't? Look at this, just deserted. It's like a ghost town, which is frankly how towns should be at this time in the morning. Sleepy. There we go then. First train of the day is a Volvo. Actual train. Here we go then. Lovely. No time for the gimbal or the microphone. We're at Lou Street. I've got very tight turnover on the next train because the train was a bit late. So yeah, trying to get to the next train, and then I know the car is already waiting for me at the station. So big reveal when we get there, assuming I actually get the train. Here we go then. We are stepping off the train at Longbridge. Longbridge formerly being the home of Rover, of course, and Austin before that. So I understand my car is waiting for me in the car park. So this is all very exciting, and I'm somewhat nervous. And I can reveal, I've probably already revealed, I'll probably have done a live reveal, so all this is pointless. But it is a Rover I have come to collect, but not one built in Longbridge. So, although they were fettled a bit here. So there goes my lovely quiet electric train, much better than the noisy one I arrived from Wales on. And yeah, let's go and see if we can find the motor vehicle. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm seriously excited. So you won't get this in the live reveal. This is my genuine excitement. I'm actually quite shaky about my new dreadful car. I hope it's all right. I mean, I rejected the Zara Picasso, but yeah, let's go and see. Here we go then, and there it is. That's good timing. So yeah, this is Longbridge, and it's changed beyond all recognition from when I were a lad. The factory used to come all the way up to here, so the Sainsbury's building used to be where the factory was. There'll be various car parks over this side for the staff. But yeah, in late 2003, early 2004, this marvellous beast would have come here from India, Pune in India I think, and it would have had different bumpers fitted here, designed in the UK, and yeah, this is it, the new car. All right. So I've just done the live stream to reveal this car to the world. A stunned and amused public now know I own a Rover CityRover. So it's good times. But I need to find some petrol because it has none, and then I need to drive home. So I'm going to do that before my phone battery goes completely flat. Guess who forgot his cable yet again? So yeah, this is the CityRover. She's all right. I can't open the bonnet, but between us, we did manage to get in earlier just to check there is some oil in there. No idea of the cam belt history, but yeah, generally good times. And another thing I forgot was the camera mount, because I'm a bit of an idiot. So I'm not really sure if you're going to be able to join me on this journey. Right, I've got you wedged in the seatbelt, so I apologise, not the seatbelt, the head restraint, so I apologise for the fact some of the angle is obscured. You're missing the true beauty of the steering wheel. Let's go and see if we can find some petrol. Good brakes. Horrible, horrible column stalks. They feel very flimsy. And it stopped indicating already. But yeah, the CityRover is quite punchy actually. Very decent road manners. So they changed the steering rack, so the steering rack is quicker, and yeah, the ride is it's a bit firmer than the original Tata Indica. I think I'm going to have to go M5, which means horrible motorway on the M5 at the moment, but we shall see. Can it indicate now? There we go. That feels perfectly fine and not at all flimsy. But yeah, the CityRover is a Tata Indica, Tata being an Indian company which now owns Jaguar Land Rover. So there's an irony that they were involved with Rover with the CityRover and then bought Land Rover from Ford. And yeah, the Tata Indica was a car designed by Idea, an Italian design house. Also did the Fiat Tempra, the Fiat Tipo, and I learned this morning the Nissan Terrano 2 and Ford Maverick, one of which I've owned, and a car of which I'm very fond of. That was nice to know, which is why the styling is quite European. It isn't Indian, because yeah, if you look at a Tata Safari, you'll see what an Indian car looks like, and it's blooming awful. And I was staggered to discover they're still making the Tata Safari. I saw one the other day. Here's a picture of Tuk with one. But yeah, apart from the terrible build quality and the flimsy stalks, it's fundamentally not a bad car. The engine is a strange one. It's kind of a development of the old XD88 diesel engine by Indenor, which was used in a lot of Peugeots, and yeah, quite bizarre. But the engine was shrunk down and they did a diesel version, and then they petrol converted that engine. But they must have added an overhead camshaft at some point. We've got a belt driven camshaft. I've no idea when the belt was last replaced, so that's good times. But yeah, the Longbridge works would be to my left if we went back about 15 years, but all gone now and turned into fancy buildings, so it's good to see some redevelopment going on here. But so far around town this actually feels a lot nicer to drive than the Matiz, dare I say it. Yeah, 119 Newton meters of torque, not produced very high up. I mean, it's actually quite a punchy engine. It yeah, feels much better than you might expect. The big problem with these cars is Rover asked far too much money for them. So you were forced to pay more money than a base model Fiat Panda. The new Panda had just come out, and they're quite bonny little cars by all accounts. I'm yet to drive one. People I know who've had them say they're great, and yeah, this level of flimsiness just wasn't on really. They did set about revising it. There was going to be a second generation CityRover with further improvements, but sadly Rover went bust before they could enter production. No, actually no, sorry, I'm wrong there. They had entered production and they were on their way over here on the boat when Rover went bust. So yeah, all a bit unfortunate. Oh dear, that's not good stalk action there. But yeah, I'm going to go and grab some fuel and get back, and then I can do a proper assessment of the car. But initial impressions are these cars are panned by the critics for no good reason at all. They're not a bad car fundamentally. Oh, the temperature gauge is waking up. Houston, I think we have a thermostat issue. It should be easy enough to solve. Just waiting to get on the pumps. Right, temperature gauge has come up to the middle. I really must stop saying right. I do say that an awful lot. Stuck in traffic on the M5, and that has brought the temperature up. But as soon as we're moving, temperature's down, so that confirms stat issues. It isn't going any higher than the middle of the gauge, so that's reassuring. You're always slightly worried that someone's actually taken the thermostat out to mask an issue, but no signs of overheating, which is good because we're stuck in traffic, which is not helping my afternoon at all. I will say I've managed to beat the synchromesh in third a couple of times, but the clutch feels a little squishy, so it might just be that change of brake fluid, assuming it is a hydraulic one. It feels like a hydraulic one, and that might do the job. There we go, we're up to speed. Yeah, otherwise it's fine. I mean, I'm used to crappy plastics, really. I've owned many French cars, and many Rovers for that matter. But yeah, so far there is nothing that suggests that these cars should have the reputation they have, which isn't a very nice reputation. For 200 quid at the moment, I'm laughing. I put about 25 litres of fuel in, which has taken it up to about 2/3 on the gauge. I'm always a little wary of that first fill of a new car. I've had issues before where you fill them up and they start peeing fuel everywhere. Citroen CX did that, I well remember. So yeah, I just thought, let's not run the risk just yet. Oh gosh, this is painful. Still, it could have been worse. I could have gone through Kidderminster. I thought I could smell steam. It's Shrewsbury Steam Rally this weekend, and we appear to be following a traction engine. I'd say he's running a bit rich. So this isn't a section of motorway. It was the M54, but now it's just the A5, which means you can legally drive your steam engine on this road. The smell is magnificent. Wow. Now that's commitment. I'm half tempted to go to that steam rally, to be honest, but I've seen one now, so we're done. But yeah, after a good section of motorway, the temperature gauge is right down on the stop, so I suspect it is going to be possible to get much better economy out of this vehicle once I've changed the thermostat and it's actually running at a sensible operating temperature. But otherwise, I have to say, it's just nice. It's great in slow moving traffic because there's so much torque. You can bimble along in like top gear at about 30 miles an hour, and in fourth 20, and you can accelerate from that. It's yeah, really not a bad car at all. I suspect the biggest problem is in Britain. Obviously we have our class structure, and yeah, frankly we've looked down on Indians since the occupation, so yeah, I'm afraid our mindset may not have improved. Which is a shame, because, you know, look at the position we're in now, where Land Rover and Jaguar are owned by Tata Motors. if Tata and Rover had been able to work together on a range of cars, rather like Rover and Honda in the 80s, it could have been brilliant, but yeah, sadly too little, too late. Synchromesh is not good. That's 60. That's 70. Yeah, we wouldn't have won that in number twos. Well, I'm back, but no great issues. Temperature gauge is still on cold, but what's that noise? Okay, that's peculiar. I'm not sure it was doing that at the start of the journey. Why is the cooling fan running constantly? Let's turn it off. That's interesting. I'm going to see if I can get the bonnet open. There's no guarantee I can, because the bonnet pull is a bit broken. Oh, I see, yes. I see what's going on. That should be in there. Oh, no, right. Gonna need both hands. Well, I'm not sure what's going on there, but yes, there is the engine, the 475 MPFI, multi-point fuel injection. But I've removed, down here we've got all the various big relays, or big fuses, and this is the one for the cooling fan. And yeah. That just seems to be permanently going. I don't know why. So I'm going to take that one out, and I'll put that on the dashboard to remind me, or at least somewhere to remind me. For all is not well in car land. But there we go. It is back. The CityRover has landed. I'm very tempted to call her Hannah. Because then she'll be Han Solo, ho ho. But there we go. But another fine caper here on Hubnut. Yeah, we do like a collection caper. It's been a while, and the last one was a Rover, the 800 Fastback, which I try not to think about too much. But yeah, it's good to be back in the Rover, even though this one really isn't a Rover. Even more than the Honda Rovers, this really isn't a Rover. And yeah, we'll see what develops, what issues there are. I've clearly got to get a thermostat sorted out. That's pretty urgent. It desperately needs that. I need to get to the bottom of what's going on with that fan switch as well. I assume it's the fan switch that's gone, but I mean, the fans definitely weren't running earlier, and they definitely weren't running when I took the key out of the ignition, so that's peculiar. But nonetheless, every project has its issues. So yeah, look forward to further developments of the CityRover here on Hubnut. So I shall say thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much if you joined in the live chat when I collected this car, and thanks for your donations in the super chats. That was very kind of you. And yeah, website for all the t-shirts, etc. And I shall see you in a future video. Farewell.